our students to improve their speaking fluency. Okay, so let's see. And Sandra is going to correct my mistake. I just said
today, commitment, integrity, passion, that is what is missing in the world today. How many minutes do I have? I think I have a few more minutes. Well, I have been encouraged a lot by J. Parker's book on the courage to teach. How many of you have read the book, The Courage to Teach? Does anyone read it? You should read it. It's a blessing for each one of us as teachers. It's a blessing for us as educators. It's a blessing for each one of us. Now, he says, we know what occurs in a workplace when the values we want to profess are disfigured, distorted, and destroyed. We cannot deny that. We have our authorities. Sometimes the values we profess are disfigured. The values that we profess are distorted, and the values we profess are destroyed. We know that we often fool ourselves and each other about this fact, and as a result, we spend too much time in the dark, alone, and together. You know, I was talking about counseling for students. I was talking about the mental well-being of our students. Now, even the faculty have that. We need counseling as educators. We need counseling as teachers. And with technology, the pressure can really be very bad. So we need counseling. And so we are involved in building up the mental well-being of our faculty, not only of our students. Because it's not only the students who need counseling. It's not only the students who we have to be concerned about the mental well-being. The faculty also does. We need each one of us. Sometimes we sit in the dark and alone and we reflect. We reflect. I mean, it has happened in my state where teachers cry when they come out of the classroom. Has it happened here? Teachers cry because the students are demanding. The students are challenging the teachers. And there's been an occasion where teachers cry. So the faculty needs counseling. The faculty needs to be, we need to be aware of the mental well-being of our faculty and our students as well. We cannot take them for granted. And so, what Parker says, he says, we spend too much of the time dark, alone, and together. So that's why we need collaboration. It's so good that now we are in the process of internationalization. We are collaborating with institutions from different parts of the world. It's so very important because we need that. We need that collaboration. We need that help. We need that understanding from different colleagues in the world. This morning, we had a colleague talking about climate change in Bangladesh. But it's important for us as teachers, as educators, to be aware of the sustainable developmental goals. And how do we do that? This morning was an eye-opener about the importance of climate change in Bangladesh, about the importance of incorporating lessons on climate change in the ELT curriculum, in ELT pedagogy. That's how we learn. That is how we network with different teachers. And he goes on to say, the darkness around us is deep. True. I reiterate again, the values are refrigerated. The values have been refrigerated. They've been put into cold storage. So, says Parker, the darkness around us is deep. But our great calling, now teaching is a calling. I always tell my junior colleagues, teaching is not just a profession. Teaching is not just a job. Teaching is a calling. Teaching is a mission. Not everyone can be a teacher. Of course, initially, Teaching was easy, it was an umbrella, and so we do not get a job anywhere. We enter the teaching profession. But teaching is a mission and a calling, and we are to be the candles in the dark. We are to be the salt in the world. It's very, very important. So says Parker, the darkness around us is deep, but our great calling, he calls it our great calling, and opportunity and power as educators is to shed light in the dark places. In a world that needs new professionals, that is you and I. We need true professionals in every institution. Let us resist the temptation to respond to a fearful no or an elusive maybe, and allow our lives to speak a clear and a heartful yes. We cannot just be yes people all the time. We are surrounded by the darkness, but certainly we are the light. We are the salt. That's our profession. That is our opportunity as educators. And so it depends upon each one of us, you and I, to be that light, to be that salt, to be that role model for our young people who are struggling, who are conflicting every day, who are competing every day with the stress and the pressure, the peer pressure, the expectation from the community, the expectation from the parents, the expectation of the world, from the world. They are stressed, they are under pressure, and we are responsible. We have to be the ones to shape them into citizens with a moral accountability. We cannot bring out robots, machines. We cannot do that. We cannot make them cogs in a machine, as Yeats says, but we have to make them human beings with an understanding, with a love, with compassion.
Namaste. Good afternoon, and you are most welcome to this session. Generally, when we talk about plenary session, keynote speech is generally organized at the initial stage, at the initial phase of the conference to tune the conference, to give the participants a flavor of the whole setup. But because of our, arrangement, I'm here to share the more or less same thing at the closing session. I think this is good in the sense that the thing that I'm going to talk about may suit to present at the end of the conference, because this is what we want you to take home and tell us, give us feedback after you materialize it, internalize it, or you deal with it. Today I am going to talk about strategic use of technology for humanistic ELT. I don't know whether this is something you encounter, you get across the literature, but after retiring from the position of Vice Chancellor, I started dealing with several issues, and I'm more than convinced that technology had made me techno addict. When it has made me techno addict, then why not you? Then let's sit together and see the extent to which we have been techno addict and how to get out of it. That's the main thing that I'm going to talk about. There are ways. Then this discussion will cover what really teaching means, the dynamics of changing ALT, the key players for the change, the negative effect of what we call the development. We call it development, but it is making negative impacts on us, and how to get out of it. By the way, we have been teaching for long, and I don't know whether we know the importance of what we say and what it goes into the human brain, that our students who are listening to us, and what happens. This is very important. Then I don't know whether we have come across Newman, who said this in 1852. What he said was, he talked about the idea of university and said, a university is a place where students come from every quarter for every kind of knowledge, a place for the communication and the circulation of thought by means of personal intercourse. It is a place where inquiry is pushed forward, discovery is verified and perfected, and error exposed by the collision of mind with mind and knowledge with knowledge. Consult the living man and listen to his living voice by family. Thus is created a pure and a clear atmosphere of thought which the student also breathes. The interpretation is, in short, face-to-face teaching as breathing fresh air, the established value of learning. What we say in the classroom is the key of learning, because it penetrates the student's mind and it makes the learner process the information. That's how learning takes place. Before I go for details, this is what has been damaged by technology. The main gist is, the main point is, teachers are stopped from getting into the brain of students by the use of technology. The result is dehumanizing. Because students are not getting access to teachers, they are getting access to learning tools. The dynamics of changing ALT. I must say that I am not against the technology being used. And even when I am against it, I cannot do it. I can do nothing. It's so powerful. And my intention is not to lead you to do against technology. My humble request is, let's deal with technology in association with humanistic feeling, without killing humanity, without damaging the human connection of students. The historical development of ELT reflects a shift with an increasing emphasis on technology. No matter how we deal with ELT, it's moving towards increasing use of technology. We cannot stop it. The dynamics of English language teaching have undergone a dramatic transformation, shifting from a focus on grammar and vocabulary translation-based methods to a more communicative and interactive approach, eventually dominated by technology-driven approach blended with academic capitalism. Whatever you do, there is a sense of profit. And ELT is not beyond it. Every time, focus is on how to gain more and more in the name of whatever we do it, we call it. Then all the changes taking place in ELT, in the use of technology, has a sense of making profit. No matter what sort of negative impact it could have on the learners. As long as it gives you profit, is fine. Then academic capitalism is involved in the way we handle it, because it gives pleasure, it is interesting. A part of profit can be gained by us also. Then we are also becoming a tool for advocating all this technology because of academic capitalism. The key drivers, research in second language acquisition going on, globalization. We cannot avoid being a part of technology because without it, you have no access to the global world. You are forced to have access to it, to know how to use it. If you don't know how to use the technology currently used, you will have no access to the rest of the world. That's why in order to be a part of the global phenomenon, we need to be aware of it. Technological advancements, changing needs of learners, and again, this academic capitalism is also any information you like, then you think it's so nice, it's so helpful. At the initial phase, if you have a laptop, go to AI and ask it to do whatever you want it to do, it will do it. Now, you don't have to look for books, you don't have to go to a library, you don't have to write, you don't have to worry about grammar, words. Have helped us. Everything technology has given us is useful for us, but it is more useful for those who know how to use it. It is like asking a Pandit's son to drink and enjoy life. Then first of all, he will have a good life, later on he will be hated. And this is a dangerous stuff. The reason is, look at the negative effects of all these technological advancements and a careless use of them. No doubt technology has transformed language learning in many positive ways. However, the increasing reliance on technology in language learning without considering their negative effects can lead to a dehumanizing experience in several ways. This is the point. Because when you use technology, it leads you to over-reliance on technology. You have a book there, you can get access to it. You have your father and mother and other colleagues who you can ask for any answer. But without doing that, you go to ChatGPT or any other AI and ask for an answer. Like GPS. You have GPS and you don't have to talk to, you don't have to ask where your house is, where this and that. Everything is available. Decreased face-to-face interaction. Impersonal experience. Loss of cultural context. Lack of human interaction. Decreased empathy and emotional connections. Reduced opportunities for self-expression. Exposure to homogenized language use. Neglect of writing and speaking skills. Limited exposure to authentic language. Commercialization of language learning. These are the things that take place when we use technology in language learning. I think the point is, when you make your way easy, then you don't encounter several problems. But in money, the lecturer is giving a lecture in the classroom without seeing any student. He's like a police. He's just assuming that there is a
Student.
big audience, and he has to pretend that he's addressing a lot of students
In front of the teacher.
without seeing anyone there in the classroom.
Idiot.
Comfort. Some students might find it more comfortable to study in their own environment or may have anxiety about attending large classes. No pressure. There is no pressure. Now this is 1:10. My lecture is at 1:05. I must rush. There is no problem. He is happy because everything is available
The student is happy
anytime as the way
because
he
they can
wishes.
easily get answers.
The pains, see the pains. Students may miss out the dynamic experience of in-person interactions, networking, opportunities, and immediate feedback from instructors. It was good that students had access to the lecture later on, but what about this? How can he get benefit of this idea when he misses out the dynamic experience of in-person interaction, networking opportunities, and immediate feedback from instructors? This is a great loss in terms of learning. Second, students may struggle with self-motivation, leading to poorer academic performance for relying solely on recorded materials. What is the use of being a regular student at a university when a student has to depend on recorded lectures all the time? Why a Nepali student should go to US and get admission at a university when he can have access to that lecture while being in Nepal? What is this? Thus, skipping lectures could hinder their understanding and achievement. Then my point of view is that when students are not attending live lectures, they are in trouble. They are losing, they are not learning. They may be doing some activities, they may gain some information, but real learning, real breathing, fresh air breathing is absolutely absent. The consequence is techno addict. It is not only a matter of not attending live lectures and learning directly from the lecturer. There is another part hidden here. You are becoming a slave of technology. Then sometimes you may forget your name and you will have to ask your mobile.
Right.
Because you are not activating your mind. You are not activating your necessary organs to be a living person. Then, are we making students scholars or something else? That's the problem. The consequences. All these may eventually lead a learner to be techno addict, meaning excessive use of technology, compulsive behavior, negative impact on daily life, social isolation, most of us may have been a victim of it. Agree or disagree? Do you agree? By definition, I haven't been to Indian Parliament, American Congress, whatever, but sometimes I see, when I watch television, I see our parliamentarians very busy in the parliament, not in discussion, but
Using mobile.
do you know what I mean? They are busy with their mobiles. I don't think that there is anything very important, but they are used to do it. Then similar may be the case with us. Then by definition, compulsive behavior comes under techno-addict. Then in a way, we have already become techno-addict. And when we keep doing it, what will happen? Techno-addiction is a multifaceted issue that can have serious implications for mental health and overall well-being. Understanding the underlying factors can help individuals and the society develop strategies to combat excessive technology use. COVID-19, again I am repeating it. No class attended even when students were in university residence. He knows that the lecture would be uploaded, which he can access later at his or her convenient time. Students begin to avoid mixing up, loving isolation, and enjoying technology, a process of dehumanization. I don't know whether you have been aware of this issue. When you keep avoiding group of people, talking to people, discussing, then without any notice, you make yourself isolated from the main context, and eventually you become isolated. You start enjoying isolation. Human beings are made in such a way that the activities you keep carrying on are the ones you love, the rest you don't enjoy and love. And it should be a part of offline learning also. Encouraging human interaction, there must be a provision, a part involved in the whole process of learning. The human interaction. Without engaging students in this sort of interaction, fully depending on technological advancement, technological part may not be sufficient. Fostering empathy and emotional engagement. Students should have an opportunity to feel empathy, to express some human connections, to handle such issues. Promoting cultural immersion, engagement. They should be allowed to engage in cultural activities also. They have no understanding of human beings.
Don't value humans.
That's why no science and technology without humanity. It may be, if someone studies science, maybe he should spend 90% of his time for science and technology, but he or she must study humanities. Finally, let me give you an example. Then I can invite your questions, queries. We have very nice machines to examine our body. When you or myself go to a doctor, then we are asked to go through our process of testing all the
Procedures.
things that we have. Then latest machine gives the doctor all the reports. Before the doctor talks to me, he knows what medicine will have to be prescribed based on the report. That's fine. If the doctor he may not see the patient because the machines have already examined the
Whole body.
patient. But the point is, when the doctor comes to the patient, he has the report, he knows what medicine will have to be prescribed, what activities, what processes, what physiotherapy and all other activities will have to be prescribed, he knows. But before doing that, when the doctor talks to the patient, all about his family business, who others were having that sort of problem, when the doctor makes the patient, gives a sense of human connection and prescribes the medicine, the effect of medicine will be different from prescribing the medicine without talking to the patient. This is something that I can present to you, the way that we can handle ELT. I don't think that, or we don't think that, or you won't believe that technology should be avoided when we handle ELT classes. We have become a part of it, and there are so many nice things that we can gain from technology. But if the use of technology is supplemented with or blended with humanistic experiences, connections, then the learner will be expert in ELT and remain human. If he also uses all the time technology to deal with the students and without ignoring the fact that he is a part of the whole human world, then we will be destroying the whole classes. With this, I want to end this presentation and invite your queries if there is any.
Query. As we are not only talking about English language teaching, we are also talking about overall education process, whether it is in school education and higher education. You have been working in higher education and school education as well, because you worked there. We have been facing a challenge now, especially in the developing societies. You are talking about academic capitalism. Now, technology has been used by capitalists to, let's say, globalize, one-way globalization in education sector, and we are facing that, especially the schools, colleges, universities of the developing societies. So, could you let us know something about how we can challenge academic capitalism, as you are talking about a humanistic approach of education and educating people. So it would be great if you highlight some of the ways that we can challenge academic capitalism, though this is the forum of ELDians, but I want your experience, especially because you already worked as the Vice Chancellor of the biggest university of Nepal. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. This is a very important issue. The reason is, in my book, and I'm convinced, because I have been to those universities and seen other universities as well. Today, universities are not universities. They are business, they are enterprises. Do you agree? I have not seen universities these days. I have seen entrepreneurs and money-making universities, no matter whether we talk about Oxford or Harvard or Shinwa or any other university in the world. You are right. The reason is, go to Oxford and Harvard and see the list of research activities for this year on humanities. all are in science and technology. What happened was during Reagan's time in US and the Thatcher's time in UK. Until then, before Thatcher and Reagan, university education was free everywhere. Ronald Reagan cut down the fund to the universities, asking them that you should make money yourself. I don't give you money. Like Trump. Ronald Reagan was also more or less, he told the university that you should make money yourself. We give scholarships for those who we want for our service. For you, you can, after getting higher education, you become great scholars and you make money. Then why should we invest on you? On this ground, Ronald Reagan stopped funding to universities and universities started making money. When they started making money, that money, they could generate money from science and technology, not from humanities and social sciences. They cut down research funds to humanities and social sciences and increased funds to technology. And technology, they started prioritizing those technological advancements which would give them more money. Those technological stuff which would not give them more money would not be supported by the university. This is how universities started making money out of their research work and science and technology. Let me give you another example. This is very interesting. Universities started collaboration with industries for learning experiences. Students after study, they were asked to go to industries, social science and this and that for experience gaining. When universities started knowing that all these entrepreneurial works would yield more money, then universities started establishing industries. Now there are many universities which have their own industries. And this is how universities which are supposed to disseminate knowledge to common people started making money by becoming a part of academic activity. And I am with 2 grandchildren. Which American, which British would imagine to have this life? Because
Asian people.
there is no family tie in American and British families.
Nip
They are
is
already
every time.
gone.
That's why they are engaged.
Let's protect our family. Let's protect our life. And we will, economically, technically, I don't know what will happen. But in terms of social stuff, social life, we are in a better position with advanced technology. If we use it carefully, we can protect it. Otherwise, we'll be like American and British. Thank you very much.
Reflections to share here. Okay. At first, I would like to request Dr. Dayamudra and Rene to share her short, sweet reflection within 1 minute.
I feel a little bit sad as we're saying goodbye to one another, but also very happy. It's been such a rich experience being here in Nepal for the first time and being here in Kathmandu. I really appreciate how well organized this conference has been. Maybe we can give a round of applause for the organizers. And all the people around supporting us, cleaning and making the tea and making the food. I know they can't hear us, but all the support team. And I've really appreciated just how warm and friendly you've all been and coming up to say hello to me and take pictures. I've really been so inspired as an educator to meet all of you, and I've been very impressed by your curiosity for new ideas. This is a really big moment in education. So many things are shifting in terms of the human, the machine, and navigating the frontiers of the future. So thank you for your energy and your commitment. It's been really nice for me to hear your stories about your students. I can feel how much you love what you do. And I've been reflecting on sort of what an honor it is to be an educator and to be in the company of other educators like all of you. Yeah, so thank you for taking such good care of us, and I hope you'll stay in touch with us and let me know how things are working at your schools. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. And I like the one word she used, energy. Definitely. NELTians have same DNA, that is energy.
Yes.
Let's just anywhere. NELTians will have same DNA, that is energy. We are always motivated. We were motivated, we are motivated, and we will be motivated.
Nice. Well said.
And I am also confident that you have liked the conference. If you have liked it, give thumbs up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now we have next reflection.
This is my real face. First of all, I just want to echo what was said that this is for me because I always talk too much. Before I start, I also want to say I do have a really nice jacket in my hotel room, but Nepal for you is normal. For me, it's hot. I'm originally from Canada, so this is hot for me. Anyways, the other thing I want to say is, as I was growing up, I saw the Himalayas in all these movies and stuff, and I thought one day I'm going to go there. Well, one day was on Tuesday. And so I really enjoyed the culture hugely over the last few days. The other thing I want to say is, I literally looked around the world for conferences, and I have to tell you, there's so many predatory conferences out there that are not real. They're just looking for people to take their work and to use their work for themselves. And then I came across this website and it said NELTA. I said, what is that? So I did some research. So I got on a video and I saw the video and it showed 120 people. I counted 120 people. I thought, oh, that's a nice small conference. So I came here on I have that effect on people. So I counted 120. I came here on Wednesday and someone said 900 and 1,000. I went, wow. So this is like a Tokyo conference that I was thinking about going to as well, but this is a real conference in Nepal and I was so happy to come. So that's the one thing. Next thing is, I just wanted to go through a few things and what I learned about here, machine, humanity, and language navigating as a reflection of my own studies, because I've been researching for about 2 years AI and ESL as a language acquisition tool. What I have been looking at is something that most people haven't looked at. People say, what is your research? And I say, AI and ESL. They just go, oh, okay, cool. But I'm an outsider. I think a lot of people that look at AI, they're outliers in reality and in society. And I don't think so. We're not going to be outliers much longer because AI is here, and that's been the message. So I just want to say, what I found here was a very large community, a very large family of like-minded individuals that are celebrating something which is in my research, the human element. The human element first, not AI first. Being a value of what a teacher brings to education is essential, but we need to be supported by proper use of AI, which creates synergistic outcomes, positive synergistic outcomes. You take something that's amazing, which is a human first, an amazing teacher, and you put an amazing tool, then you create magic.
Nice.
If you just use the tool first, you're never going to have magic ever. I think there was something else, one of the presentation watched, they said, we as educators must remember our art and our passion. So it made me think, we need to use AI to help support and enhance the art from humans, like an artist with a paintbrush, where the art originates from the heart and from the mind and the artistic abilities of the teacher. And AI should only be our paintbrush as we create our art from our heart, and it's represented through the learning of our students. And again, I'm sorry, I'll try to hurry. As I reflect, I thank the brilliant minds everywhere who made me think that can AI actually create like Shakespeare? Can it provide passion, true human emotions, and that there can never be, and I love this one, there can never be effective use of AI without I, the teacher. I also found there are seemingly endless AI tools for everything thinkable that we need or want and we can imagine. But my largest takeaway is indeed that we are as responsible educators must be responsible in our use of tools like AI, but being ourselves as humans first. Then we use the tools to support the learning process and the designs that we humans have created. Keep your voice, keep your visions, keep your students happy, and only use the tools to help them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, because we have well-wishers around the world. Not only in Nepal, around the world, we have well-wishers. We do excellent job. So, similarly, I would like to call for reflection, and very short reflection. Okay, Anju Paudel Chetri, NELTA Bhutua, please. She is there.
Namaste to everyone. So I'm going to make it very short. I know nothing to express. Everything we know what happened here and what happened already we enjoyed. So just to make it more specific from my side, so without wasting time, at first, thank you so much everyone, each and everyone, those who are here, those who are not right now or may miss something for a special right now here. And I feel really very blessed. As always, I used to say for myself that I am a God's favorite child. So I am blessed. Why? Because I met here people, those who are very experienced. I just step half step in this field and experiencing them, listening them, hearing from morning to evening from their ideas, their reflection, their empathetic personalities, talking with them, interacting. This is really impactful for me. I am from Butol, Rupandehi. Just for this program, I am here for 3 to 4 days, and a wonderful space to connect, especially the like-minded, the very minor to major interest. I was actually able to find out like a very happy, interactive, engaging place for me, a very safe as well, as I'm coming from out of the city. So in the same time, if I want to take it more, another special moment here. So hearing each and everyone from morning to evening, when after receiving the schedule, my first the thing which I have done is circling. At this time, I'm going to attend this program. Second time, I'm going to this one. Third, and I circle like when after receiving the email, and I'm moving from here and another, each and every, and I'm feeling something like that. If I'm here, then obviously I miss something in another part which is going in the same way. So anyway, I learned many things in the same time. Yet I'm not nervous. I was excited, and still I'm very excited till the end of the session. I'm going to learn more than the things going on here. And in the same time, I want to thank you to each and everyone, very supporting, especially the volunteers, those who coordinate with us, and a community, NELTA community. I feel very happy, overwhelmed, and yes, I am a proud teacher. सानैबाट टिचर बन्न मन लागेको पनि थियो, and टिचर पनि छु, गरिरहेको छु काम, in the future also. It is my long pathway to go. And the most importantly, one of my favorite thing which I want to share here. The first day I attended one workshop that was all about the read aloud. AI को कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ AI को advantage सँगसँगै disadvantage मा चाहिँ what the things can connect to solve that emotional thing. So I felt that I attend one workshop that completely amazed to hear from the if I want to recall the name of the Anna and Melissa. So read aloud session. And after that, special thanks to approaching me for this here. So Bhimlal Gautam sir, I just don't know where he is sitting over here. Okay, thank you so much sir for this. And at the same time, the last line, I am truly blessed and proud teacher. Thank you so much everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. One of the prime duties or that. In fact, before my arrival here, while I was in my classroom at the moment, I often get confused that like there is the use of AI in classroom, there are more technologies used in the classroom. And at the moment, attention was coming in my mind. Like me, there are so many among us who have got such type of tensions coming in our mind that how we can tackle such type of technologies used in our classroom. And thanks to this NELTA 29th International Conference, where we have got our theme, and the theme is that is Machine, Humanity and Language, where we have learned a lot about machine, we have learned about how we can get humanity and how we can teach English language there in our classroom. So all the credit goes to this NELTA 29th International Conference organizers team, everybody, all the volunteers, and we all participants, we all keynote presenters, we all presenters who have come here keeping this conference in our priority. So thank you for this. While talking about my reflection, I want to talk about only 3 points. I still remember about my own reflection while I was attending my own classes, while I was doing my MPhil classes. And so while at the moment I was going through my reflection, so I'm getting through only 3 points. The first one is that I have got lots of workshops, keynote presentations, workshops, and presentations in which I have come to know about AI, the use of AI in education. Second, I have also understood about how we can have our English language in the cross-word communication. And then after the last one, I have understood about how we can go through our new technologies in our classroom. And at the moment, while I was attending through different workshops, then going through different kinds of apps, going through different kinds of knowledges, at the moment I understood that these all are so much beneficial for us. Second point that I want to talk about, this time I have found that we have got lots of local expertise in our conference where we can easily we can easily go through and we can share our learnings. And we have also got the point that in this conference we have also got the point that we can do better each day. For example, like previously I was just a participant, but this time I tried myself to be a presenter, and this is the first time that I presented a paper in the international conferences. This has developed my confidence, and I want to continue it more in the days coming. And not only this, even the ideas that we have got in this conference, of course, we all are going to use this all in our classroom, and these are the best takeaways that we can ever have from any conference. Thank you very much for this all, and thank you for bringing such type of theme through which we ELT professionals are always being upgraded day by day. We are still learning to more, and still we are waiting for the coming conferences. Thank you very much.
Respected Chair, Chief Guest, distinguished guests, presenters, and participants from home and abroad. media representatives, including Radio Sardol, NTV, Gorkhabatra and Kantipur. It's my pleasure to share the major takeaways from this 29th NELTA International Conference 2025 entitled Machine, Humanity and Language, Navigating the Uncharted Frontiers in ELT. In this conference, we had 5 keynote, 12 plenary, 2 panel discussions, nearly 200 plus concurrent sessions, 13 ILF, 1 poetry and performance session, 1 session on financial literacy for teachers, 4 featured sessions, 7 provincial level conferences or symposium, 2 cultural shows. As earlier Secretary has said, we had first time live session on Facebook and YouTube Live, where many other live members who couldn't make it happen in physical form, they joined virtually. There were many viewers from home and abroad who have sent the best wishes for the success of this conference. Thank you so much for making it happen. Dear delegates, you are aware of everything that we discussed for these 3 days. I would like to put some of the few takeaways from this conference. Number 1, it's the time to think our pedagogy as digital, multimodal pedagogy onwards this time. Number 2, professional development is a process. Number 3, we teachers from generation millennials and generation Z need to update ourselves with the current generation alpha to uplift the society through education. Number 4, teaching is beyond the classroom. Pedagogical networking, collaboration, research and publication is now an asset for every teacher. Number 5, we teachers need to update ourselves with local, regional and global diversity. Number 6, let's invest on ourselves, means we teachers, through conferences, workshops, seminar and rethink ELT practices to reshape our identity. Number 7, to transform students' learning, let's transform our thought process for developing 21st century skills. When we are in the position to choose, publish or perish, let's choose publish. So, for this, we have Journal of NELTA, provincial level journals, NELTA ELT Forum, and several other NELTA platforms through 7 provincial level and 60 branches.
Okay. We are very close to the, we have almost completed the conference, and this is a ritual, this is the good ritual I would say, and very necessary ritual. We are closing the conference. And the gathering, this has been, I think, as I heard the reflection from delegates, keynote speaker, participants, it has been a very good source of inspiration. They need to be inspired themselves and they need to inspire others, because this is a business of inspiration, partly. And actually, I would say that NELTA, and I've seen several teacher associations in Nepal lately, Math Education Forum, Nepal Mathematical Society, STAN, Science Teachers Association, and other associations as well. But NELTA has been very active, I must say this, very active in terms of training, in terms of research, in terms of even publications. They run, I think, 2 journals. One is Forum, the other is regular research journal, which is a good kind of productivity for a volunteer organization.
NELTA International Conference happened successfully without your generous support, without your generous participation and hope and the trust upon NELTA, it wouldn't have been possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll not be long. I would like to just say that thank you so much for making this conference a grand success. I think this hall was developed, brought to this condition by LA School for the NELTA Conference. Thank you, LA team. Mukund sir for that leadership and Umesh sir. The conference starts by setting a date, then working out a theme and searching for a venue and the speakers, and then planning. So that happened since I think June. But this year we are starting the process now. I would like to now inform and declare that our dates are already finalized. So please note the dates. Next year in 2026 February 19 to 21 we'll be back again somewhere in Kathmandu, perhaps not in LA premises. We'll come back here later. Fagun 7 to 9. Okay, Fagun start the Kinoshama. So the themes, the venues, everything will be decided later. We'll inform you because we've got your contact address. I think